most of you know that my dad and I are business partners, and we opened in October of 2022 to actually start doing business. We both were kind of at different crossroads of our lives. I was in a lot of government work, and he was in private industry. And like most of you here, we just decided if we're going to be working so hard, we might as well be working towards building something for ourselves in a business. I love to travel. I have two little Chihuahua mixes who, they look like they're friends here, but they get jealous of each other and fight a lot. My parents down here at the bottom, and just kind of some more of my travels over the years. So some of this will be a little bit of a repeat for those of you that have been around for a while, but there's a lot of new members too. So some of the things we'll talk about today, particularly with hard surface and floating floors. So that could be laminate, luxury vinyl plank, cork, rubber, marmoleum, possibly engineered hardwood. So these are often marketed as easy DIY. I know a guy can do it. I know a GC. I know a handyman. And these are all kind of gambles, oftentimes when working with flooring, and especially with a floating floor. A lot of you have heard me mention subfloor prep is really, really key in these types of flooring applications. Don't need you to know all the specifications to that, but it does have to be a certain specification so you don't have issues like this. Let's see if I can display. So board separation or a lot of flex is something that we see like really commonly. So if you see this or hear people complaining about this is a great trigger for a referral. So you can see that's causing issues all the way back to that wall. This floor was only 2 years old, or maybe not even, when I visited this lady, and like all the boards, it was a really nice quality vinyl, but it was cracking, separating everywhere. Had at least a ½ inch of variation over that subfloor. So obviously causing lots of issues, and it was about $8,000 that she spent initially, kind of down the drain for us to have to come in and redo the entire thing. So this is after we put in a really nice waterproof laminate for her, got it flush with her bathroom. This was another one. This was a referral from the Harmon sisters after they had a flood, but they had a neighbor who was a general contractor that came in, and this is what the subfloor looked like in the basement. Like massive differences. That board was wedged under the baseboard and like stuck up at almost a 45-degree angle. So we ended up pouring like 37 bags of leveling compound in this basement. Basements tend to require a lot of subfloor leveling. And they can add significant cost. And so this is where we do not cut corners. We do not want the floors to fail and have a situation like you saw a couple slides ago. So it can come as a shock to people sometimes when we're talking about cost, but this is, again, a huge gamble that you get when you're talking to other companies that won't even talk about subfloor prep. They won't quote you it. They won't even discuss it. And I see a lot of failures and a lot of wasted money on those jobs. So this was the after in that basement. They also had flooding upstairs. This was an engineered hardwood. We couldn't match it, so we ended up doing a total replacement. And they actually went with a waterproof laminate. It's a pecan look hardwood, which turned out really, really beautiful. We can do waterproof seaming around the seams as well. And they made that choice just because it's a little more durable and they have kids and dogs and stuff. Some other things we do that we don't talk about quite as much. We do commercial work, if you're doing a remodel or something like that. Obviously Andrew at Snyder's your guy, but just for flooring, tenant finishes, stuff like that. So we've got a yoga studio here. We did a glue down LVP, specially rated for that, I think it's a red light sauna, like the weight and everything of it. So that's a special application we did there. Turned out really nice. This is a dermatology clinic we did recently. They wanted a carpet plank, so we replaced all of that. And this was a 42,000 square foot flooring job we did last year. We had 4 weeks to get it totally done. Elevators weren't working a couple days. There was no loading dock. It was logistically very challenging, but turned out really, really nice. And they're asking more for those units now. Holloway took several truck bed loads up and out of a garage. So that was fun. So I asked today, like I said, if you see or hear anybody complaining about things like, or see, cracks, board separations, my floors never look clean, I'm constantly cleaning. Those complaints are a good trigger for a referral for us. Also introduction to small business owners and retail establishments, homeowners if they have complex or multi-surface. So sometimes flooring companies can, they only do carpet installation or they only do hardwood. We can do anything. So if they have multi-surface projects, we can go in and be a one-stop shop. Insurance claims, all of that. So the QR code is to our Instagram, and we also have Facebook, and that's our website. Also, if you've used us and not reviewed us, I'm trying to get us to over 100 reviews by the end of the year. So it'll be very helpful. Any questions?
We got about a minute if anyone has any questions.
No way, I was over last time.
I don't have questions, but I can brag about her for a second.
Okay.
It's okay. I've used Erin a couple times, or I've had her out for quotes a couple times, and at our own personal residence, she came in and did carpet, and I was shocked at she's really thorough and kind of explaining everything and making sure that you're picking the right options, but also her installation crew came in and literally were able to do everything in one day, walked out the door within 3 or 4 hours after they started. So just highly, highly recommend you. You're at the top of your game. Appreciate you.
Erin, do you guys refinish hardwoods?
We do. So that's kind of specialty. I have crews that they tend to only do hardwood refinishing, not the other, and then I also have multi-surface types. But yeah, they're kind of their own animal, but we do resurfacing and repairs of hardwood.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you all do ceramic tile floors as well, right?
Yeah, good question. I probably ought to cover that on my next presentation. We do ceramic, tile, floor, and we can do backsplash in bathrooms. That's more of a new build thing. If somebody is looking to gut or remodel a bathroom or a kitchen and do tiling like that, that's probably something better suited to Casey or a GC. But yes, we do tile.
Awesome. Very good. That's what